you gentlemen wish to make a further comment?
Without wanting to prolong the controversy, I, for my part, would like to call attention to the fact that the other window has been bricked up since last autumn.
Fetch!
Yes, sir.
Leave the other window closed. Find myself obliged, gentlemen, to put the motion to a vote. I request that all those colleagues in favor of having the only window which can be opened, please rise from their seats. Fetch!
Yes, sir.
Leave the other window closed as well. For my part, I'm of the opinion that the atmosphere leaves nothing to be desired. Do any of you gentlemen wish to make a further comment? Gentlemen, let us assume that we were to neglect to file a motion with the Senior Undersecretary of Education for the expulsion of our delinquent students. In that case, the Senior Undersecretary of Education would hold us responsible for the misfortune which has befallen us. Of the various other institutions afflicted with the suicide epidemic, those in which more than 25% have fallen victim to its ravages have been suspended by the Senior Undersecretary of Education. To protect our institution against this most shattering blow is our duty as guardians and keepers of our institution. It hurts us deeply, my esteemed colleagues, that we are not in a position to admit the auxiliary qualifications of our delinquent student as mitigating circumstances. Lenient treatment, which could be justified with respect to our delinquent student, could not be justified with respect to the acutely threatened existence of our institution. We find ourselves under the necessity of condemning the guilty, lest we ourselves, the innocent, be condemned. Fetch!
Yes, sir.
Bring him up.
Officially viewed as leaving little and nothing to be desired, I should like to make a motion that the next summer other widow worked up as well.
If my esteemed colleague Fitztime thinks there is insufficient ventilation in our room, then I should like to make a motion that our esteemed colleague Fitztime have a ventilator installed in his upper sinuses!
I don't have to stand for this. I don't have to stand for his rudeness. I will
I must request that our colleagues Fitztime and Philippi show a measure of decorum. The delinquent student would appear to be on the stairwell. Step up to the table. After Mr. Steeple received word of the wicked crime his son had committed, the distraught father, in the hope of thereby garnering some clues as to the cause of the abominable misdeed, searched the effects left behind by his son Moritz, and thereby chanced to find, place irrelevant to the discussion, a document which, while not in and of itself capable of rendering the abominable misdeed comprehensible, does provide us with an unfortunately all too adequate explanation of the criminal's moral derangement in the period immediately preceding the crime. Written in dialogue form, entitled Intercourse, furnished with life-sized illustrations, bursting with the most shameless obscenities. The 20-page treatise in question could satisfy the most sophisticated demands a depraved libertine could make upon pornographic literature.
Sir, you are to remain silent.
After Mr. Steeple furnished us with the document in question, and we had given the distraught father a promise at all costs to identify its author, The handwriting at hand was compared with the handwriting of every fellow student of the deceased transgressor and revealed, in unanimous judgment of our entire faculty, and in complete accord with the expert opinion of our highly regarded colleague, Professor of Calligraphy, the most serious imaginable similarity with yours.
I know, but sir,
You want to remain silent! Notwithstanding the overwhelming fact of similarity as adduced to by unimpeachable authorities, we believe we may be permitted to refrain, for the time being, from taking any further steps so that we may interrogate the delinquent student concerning the crime against decency with which he is charged in connection with the motive for suicide which resulted therefrom.
sir, you've really...
You ought to answer the precisely formulated questions I shall put to you in order, one after the other, with a simple and respectful yes or no. Fetch!
Yes, sir.
The file shall request that from this point onward, our secretary, Professor Killifly, take minutes that correspond as strictly as possible to the spoken proceedings. Are you familiar with this document?
Yes.
Are you familiar with the content of this document?
Yes.
Is the handwriting in this document your own?
Yes.
Are you responsible for the composition of this obscene document?
Yes, but sir, I wish you'd show me one obscenity in
You
it.
ought to answer the precisely formulated questions I shall put to you in a simple and respectful yes or no.
What I wrote is nothing more and nothing less than a fact, well known to you.
This scoundrel!
Sir, I wish you'd show me one offense against decency in what I wrote.
Do you actually think I need to stand here and play the fool for you? Fetch! You have as little respect for the dignity of your assembled teachers as you have a sense of decency regarding the deeply rooted human feeling for the destruction of the modesty of a moral order. Fetch!
Yes, sir. This is actually my check to be on course including involved.
Sir,
I shall request that our secretary, Professor Killifly, close the minutes